डियर व्यूअर्स, आज हम पढ़ेंगे डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी एंड कंटिन्यूटी. टुडे आई विल टीच यू differentiability and the relation between differentiability and continuity. In my first class, in the continuity class, I have already said to test the continuity of a function. Likely, we have to test the differentiability function. So, how can we test the differentiability function? Look at here. Suppose we have given y is equal to f of x be any function, and the given point is to test and x is equal to a is given point, that means the given function is f of x and the given point is a. So we have to test the differentiability of f of x at x is equal to a. Now the differentiability means if the derivative of a function exists, then we can say that function is differentiable. So, if the derivative of this function exists at x is equal to a, then we can say that this function is differentiable at x is equal to a. हर फंक्शन हर पॉइंट पे डिफरेंशियल नहीं होते, फंक्शंस कुछ पॉइंट पे डिफरेंशियल होते तो और कुछ पॉइंट पे डिफरेंशियल नहीं होते. सो हाउ कैन वी टेस्ट ए फंक्शन व्हेदर इट इज डिफरेंशियल और नॉट एट ए पॉइंट. पॉइंट मीन्स द वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स. सो differentiability means the derivative of that function exists. So we know from the first principle, derivative of f of x, generally written as f dash x. The formula for f dash x is limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x by h. This is derivative of f of x. So here is one thing, f dash x means this is derivative of f of x at x, but at x is equal to a, derivative of that function at x is equal to a, generally written as, here is f dash x and we write it as f dash a. F dash x means derivative of f of x at x, f dash a means derivative of f of x at x is equal to a. So this is the formula for f dash x, and the formula of f dash a is put x is equal to a. After putting x is equal to a, we get limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. So this is the derivative of a function at x is equal to a. So if the limit of this value exists, limit of a function may or may not exist, but if limit of this value as h tends to 0 exists, that means this value exists. अगर इसका लिमिट एग्जिस्ट कर गया तो हम कहेंगे कि that this derivative exists, and derivative exists means this function is differentiable. A function is differentiable means its derivative exists. If its derivative exists, then we can say it is derivable or differentiable. So what is differentiability? Differentiability means to test differentiability, whether it is differentiable or not. So if the limit exists, then we can say that the derivative exists means this is differentiable at x is equal to a. Now f dash a is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. If we put a plus h is equal to x, which implies h is equal to x minus a. So this is here limit f of a plus h means a plus h is x, f of x minus f of a by h is x minus a. Now look at here, if h tends to 0, if h tends to 0, that means x minus a tends to 0, so x tends to a. So here limit h tends to 0 means x tends to a. So this is the condition for differentiability of a function f of x at x is equal to a. If either this limit either limit of this function or limit of this function. Limit of this function as x tends to 0 or limit of this function as x tends to a. These two are simply two different forms, but is the definition of a derivative. If these limits exist, then we can say that the function is differentiable at x is equal to a. So now test of differentiability. A function f of x at x is equal to a is said to be differentiable if. So what is the condition of differentiability? A function f of x is said at x is equal to a is said to be differentiable. कौन सा condition satisfy करने से a function f of x differentiable होगा? That condition is LHD is equal to RHD. LHD means the left hand derivative. So left hand derivative is, you know, derivative of a function. In general, we write it as f dash x. So left hand derivative is, so this is f dash x, but at a point x is equal to a, derivative of f of x at x is equal to a is f dash a. So f dash a is derivative. This is derivative at x is equal to a. So what is the symbol for left derivative? Look at here, left derivative का symbol है f dash a is derivative at x is equal to a, and left derivative at x is equal to a, the symbol is f dash a minus. F dash a negative, this is left hand derivative, and the symbol of right hand derivative is f dash a positive or a plus. Look at here, dear students, f dash a minus, f dash a plus. These three symbols. F dash a means derivative at x is equal to a. F dash a minus means left derivative. F dash a plus means right derivative. So एक फंक्शन का two types of derivatives होता है. One is left hand derivative, another is right hand derivative. If these two, left hand derivative and right hand derivative, are equal, then we can say that function is differentiable. पहले बोला था if limit exists, then the function is differentiable. Now it's another method. If left hand derivative and right hand derivative of a functions are equal, then also the function is differentiable. So differentiability of a function can be tested in two ways. In first case, either find f dash a limit h tends to 0 f of x minus f of c by x minus c. If limit exists, then it is differentiable, or so that left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. Now what is f dash a minus and what is where f dash a minus, f dash a plus? If we can remember the value of these two, अगर ये टू वैल्यूज अगर याद कर देंगे तो हमारा डिफरेंशियल फंक्शन हो जाएगा. डिफरेंशियबिलिटी टेस्टिंग हो कितना आसान है. एफ डैश एक्स इज लिमिट एच टेंड्स टू 0 एफ ऑफ एक्स प्लस एच माइनस एफ ऑफ एक्स बाय एच. दिस इज एफ डैश एक्स. सो इफ दिस इज एफ डैश एक्स, देन what is f dash a? Put x is equal to a. This is limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a by h. This is derivative at x is equal to a. Now we want to find left derivative and right derivative. F dash a is here, f dash a minus f dash a plus. Simple formula याद रखो. This is number line. There is a point a. X is equal to a means x is a point. A is a point. So if we want to find right hand derivative, that means we have to move right to a. Right to a means this area. Left to a means this area. So if you want to go, if you want to find a number, if you want to find any number right to a की right में कोई भी number हम अगर, if we want to find any number right to a, so we have to find a plus, and left to A, any number left to A is A minus. So A plus something, A minus something. A plus something is right hand limit, A minus something is left hand limit. Here H is increment. Very important. This H is increment. So any number right to A can be expressed as A plus H. Any number left to A can be expressed as A minus H. So this H plus H and minus H. Plus H represents right to A, minus H represents to left to A. So only the plus H minus H can decide which will be the right hand limit, which will be the left hand limit, which will be the right hand derivative, which is the left hand derivative. How? Simple formula. This is the derivative of x. This is f dash a, and from this you can find the formula for left derivative and formula for right derivative. How? If h is plus, then it is right derivative. If h is minus, then it is, if h is plus, then right derivative. If h is minus, then it is left derivative. So simply put here h is equal to minus h. Then this will be, यही formula है derivative का, and this is also the formula for left derivative and right derivative. If h will be positive, then this is the formula for right derivative. If h is negative, then this will be the formula for left derivative. So what is the formula for left derivative? Simply take h negative. That means f dash a minus means limit h tends to 0. f of a प्लस एच था, हो जाएगा एफ ऑफ ए माइनस एच. देखो प्लस एच था, माइनस एच हो गया क्योंकि लेफ्ट डेरिवेटिव है. माइनस एफ ऑफ ए बाय एच, एंड हियर एफ डैश ए प्लस मीन्स ए प्लस एच. इधर एच माइनस है, इधर एच देखो ए प्लस एच ए माइनस एच प्लस एच, हियर इज माइनस एच. दिस इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर लेफ्ट डेरिवेटिव. एंड व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर राइट डेरिवेटिव? h plus. So h तो प्लस है, that means limit h tends to 0. f of a plus h minus f of a by h. So look at here, f dash a. look at here, डेरिवेटिव का फॉर्मूला जो होता है राइट डेरिवेटिव का फॉर्मूला भी वही होता है, लेकिन लेफ्ट और राइट के बीच में डिफरेंस क्या है? हियर इज प्लस एच, हियर इज माइनस एच. सो in order to show the differentiability, in order to test whether a function is differentiable or not, you have to find left derivative and right derivative. If a left derivative and right derivative of a function are equal, if left derivative and right derivative of a function are equal, then that function is differentiable. So there are two methods to show the differentiability of a function. Either show left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative, then the function is differentiable, or simply find f dash a. These two methods, this is method 1, this is method 1, and this is method 2. If you want to find left hand derivative and right hand derivative, these two left hand derivative and right hand derivative show करने के लिए, निकालने के लिए, इवेलुएट करने के लिए, you need 3 things. The 3 things are, रिमाइंड, अगर तुम उस 3 थिंग को निकाल दिए, पहले से वो 3 थिंग्स का वैल्यू अपने पास रख दिए, तो डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी प्रॉब्लम हो गया. डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी LST RST निकालने के लिए 3 थिंग्स था, ये वो 3 थिंग्स पहले से अपने पास रख दो, इसके बाद आसान से हो जाएगा. नहीं तो बहुत सारा स्टूडेंट्स तकलीफ होता है, बहुत तकलीफ होता है, आसान नहीं होता है प्रॉब्लम, वेरी डिफिकल्ट प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. बट बहुत आसान हो जाएगा कब? अगर तुम पहले से ही वो 3 फंक्शंस को अपना पास रख देंगे, अपना पास रख देंगे. तो 3 फंक्शंस क्या है? लुक एट हियर. 1 इज एफ ऑफ ए माइनस एच, एफ ऑफ ए प्लस एच. डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी टेस्ट करने के लिए ये 3 वैल्यूज जरूरी है. एफ ऑफ ए माइनस एच, एफ ऑफ ए प्लस एच पहले से ही अपने पास रख दो और डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी प्रॉब्लम आसान हो जाएगा. आई हैव टेस्टेड मेनी केसेस. जो स्टूडेंट्स और जो भी वो डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी प्रॉब्लम करते हैं, अगर पहले से ही अपने पास ये 3 वैल्यूज नहीं रखते तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. अगर पहले से ही 3 फंक्शंस अपने पास रख देंगे तो आसान हो जाएगा. Very important question. Test the differentiability of f of x is equal to x mod at x is equal to 0. f of x is equal to x mod. Very important thing. and where the function is absolute value function, you have to first open the absolute value. That means you have to express it as x mod x का 2 वैल्यूज होता है. mod x is x if x greater than equal to 0, mod x is minus x if x less than 0. Everywhere testing the differentiability of absolute value function, you have to write it in this form. Then मैंने बोला था डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी फंक्शन के लिए 3 थिंग्स चाहिए. वन इज एफ ऑफ ए माइनस एच and f of a plus h. f of a means f of 0. f of a minus h means f of 0 minus h. And f of a plus h means f of 0 plus h. f of 0 कहाँ से निकालेंगे? देखो फंक्शन का वैल्यू f of 0 मीन्स at x is equal to 0. कहाँ से निकालेंगे? जहाँ x is equal to 0 होगा. Look at here is x is equal to 0. So this is the value of function. If x is equal to 0, then the value of function is x. जब x 0 होता है तो value of function is x. So x is equal to 0, put x is equal to 0 here. This will give the functional value. So when x is equal to 0, f of x is x. So when x is equal to 0, f of 0 means put x is equal to 0 here. f of 0 is 0. Then is f of 0 minus h means f of minus h. So f of minus h कहाँ निकालेंगे? f of minus h means where x is equal to 0. Here is x is equal to 0. Here is x less than 0. Here is x greater than 0. So this value will be obtained where x is equal to 0. That means this value. And 0 minus h means x less than 0. So this function will give the f of 0 minus h. That means f of minus h can be obtained from here. So look at here, f of x is minus x. If f of x is minus x, then f of minus h, put x is equal to minus h. If x is equal to minus h, then this value is minus of minus h, that means h. Now f of 0 plus h. 0 plus h means x greater than 0. 0 से बड़ा है तो where x greater than 0? Here. If x greater than 0, then f of x is x. So f of 0 plus h means f of h. This value can be obtained from here. So if f of x is x, f of h is h. So ये 3 things f of a plus h, f of a minus h, ये हमको मिल गया. अब फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करेंगे. देखो लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव, राइट हैंड डेरिवेटिव. लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव इज f dash 0 minus and this is f dash 0 plus. फॉर्मूला क्या है? मैंने बोला था कंपेयर करता हूँ. लिमिट h टेंस टू 0, ये भी है लिमिट h टेंस टू 0. देखो मैं कंपेयर करके बताता हूँ कितना आसान है. लिमिट h टेंस टू 0, लिमिट h टेंस टू 0. दिस इज f ऑफ, आज टेस्ट करते कहाँ, कौन सा पॉइंट पर? 0 पॉइंट पर. f ऑफ 0 माइनस h माइनस f ऑफ 0 बाय माइनस h एंड दिस इज f ऑफ 0 प्लस h माइनस f ऑफ 0 बाय h. दिस इज द फॉर्मूला. अगर इधर 5 दिया जाएगा, 5 5 5 5, लेफ्ट डेरिवेटिव राइट डेरिवेटिव डिफरेंस क्या है? माइनस एच प्लस एच. सो लुक एट हियर, दिस इज लिमिट h टेंस टू 0, f ऑफ 0 माइनस एच. पहले से हम वैल्यू निकाल, मैंने बोला था दिस 3 वैल्यूज अगर पहले से रख देंगे बहुत आसान हो जाएगा. f ऑफ 0 माइनस एच, देखो f ऑफ 0 माइनस एच जिसका वैल्यू है h माइनस f ऑफ 0 कितना है? 0 बाय माइनस h. सो h बाय माइनस h माइनस 1, सो इट इज माइनस 1. एंड हियर इज लिमिट h टेंस टू 0, f ऑफ 0 प्लस h पहले से है हमारे पास h माइनस f ऑफ 0 इज 0 बाय h. सो दिस इज h बाय h इज 1. लुक एट हियर, left derivative is minus 1, right derivative is plus 1. That means left derivative is not equal to right derivative. So the function f of x is equal to mod x is not differentiable at x is equal to 0. Another question, to test the differentiability of f of x is equal to bracketed x, the greatest integral function at x is equal to 1. So here f of x is bracketed x and we have to test the differentiability at x is equal to 1. Look at here. So in order to test the differentiability we need LST RST, and LST RST के लिए 3 things चाहिए, and the 3 things are, one is f of a, मैं बता देता हूँ, f of a minus h and f of a plus h. बार बार बोलता हूँ, ये 3 things पहले से अपने पास रख दो, आसान हो जाएगा. कैसे? f of a means f of 1, this is the given point. f of 1 means f of x is mod x, sorry, f of x is bracketed x, so f of 1 is bracketed value of 1, and this is 1, greatest integer function. F of a minus h means f of 1 minus h, and f of a plus h means f of 1 plus h, which is equal to f of 1 minus h, f of x is equal to bracketed x, so put x is equal to 1 minus h, so this will be bracketed value of 1 minus h, and this is f of 1 plus h, put x is equal to 1 plus h, and this will be bracketed value of 1 plus h. 1 माइनस एच का ब्रैकेटेड वैल्यू 1 का लेफ्ट को चला गया नंबर लाइन में, देखो हियर इज 1, हियर इज 0 एंड इज 2, सो 1 माइनस एच मीन्स हियर, सो इधर जितना सारा पॉइंट्स रहेंगे सबका ब्रैकेटेड वैल्यू कितना है? 0. 1 प्लस एच मीन्स इधर रहेगा 1 और 2 के बीच में, एंड 1 पॉइंट समथिंग, सो एवरी नंबर लाइज हियर, यहाँ जितना सारा नंबर रहेंगे सबका ब्रैकेटेड वैल्यू 1 है. सो ये 3 थिंग्स रहेगा. अब देखो कितना आसान हो गया. लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव एंड राइट हैंड डेरिवेटिव. लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव एफ डैश एट को कौन सा पॉइंट में? 1, एफ डैश 1 माइनस दिस इज एफ डैश 1 प्लस. फॉर्मूला क्या है? लिमिट एच टेंड्स टू 0, इधर भी लिमिट एच टेंड्स टू 0. देखो मैं कंपेयर करके बताता हूँ कितना आसान है. लिमिट एच टेंड्स टू 0, f of 1 minus h minus f of 1 by minus h. This is f of 1 plus h, f1 plus h minus f of 1 by plus h. और सिंपल ट्रिक भी है, अगर ये फार्मूला याद नहीं रहता है तो याद रखना कि लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव दिस माइनस दिस बाय माइनस h, राइट हैंड डेरिवेटिव दिस minus this by plus h. So this minus this by minus h is the formula for left derivative. This minus this by h is the formula for right derivative. ये पहले से हम निकल दे और फॉर्मूला भी याद रह गया. So this is limit h tends to 0. f of 1 minus h is 0 minus f of 1. f of 1 is 1 by minus h. This is limit h tends to 0 minus 1 by h. So this value does not exist. दिस वैल्यू एग्जिस्ट नहीं किया है, क्योंकि अगर h का वैल्यू 0 पुट कर देंगे तो ये हो जाएगा -1 by 0 डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट. एंड इज हियर राइट हैंड डेरिवेटिव क्या होता है? लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 f of 1 प्लस h, जिसका वैल्यू 1 है, माइनस f of 1 इज 1 बाय h. दिस इज लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0, 1 minus 1 0 by h, and this is limit h tends to 0 and is 0. So here left hand derivative does not exist, right hand derivative 0. So these two are not equal. That means here LST is not equal to RST. So this function is not differentiable. But here एक important thing याद रखो, one important thing याद रखो, अगर लेफ्ट हैंड डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, राइट हैंड भी डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, दोनों समान हो गए. लेफ्ट हैंड डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, राइट हैंड डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, समान हो गया कि नहीं? तो डिफरेंस हो जाएगा? नहीं होगा, क्योंकि LST इज इक्वल टू RST, बट द डेफिनेशन इज लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव इज इक्वल टू राइट हैंड डेरिवेटिव होने से द फंक्शन डिफरेंशियल होगा. बट द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज कि दिस टू मस्ट बी फाइनाइट, इक्वल होंगे और फाइनाइट भी होंगे. अगर इस दोनों में से कोई एक भी वैल्यू इनफाइनाइट हो गया, डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट हो गया, तो डिफरेंशियल नहीं होगा। Another question, test the differentiability of f of x equal to tan x at x equal to pi by 2. So here the function is f of x is equal to tan x and x is equal to pi by 2. So मैं बोला था कि एल एस टी आर एस टी लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव राइट हैंड डेरिवेटिव निकालने के लिए हमको 3 थिंग्स चाहिए एंड द 3 वैल्यूज आर एफ ऑफ ए माइनस एच, f of a plus h. So a is here pi by 2, that means f of pi by 2, f of a minus h means f of pi by 2 minus h, and a plus h means f of pi by 2 plus h. Look at here, f of pi by 2, f of x is tan x, so f of pi by 2 is, put x is equal to pi by 2 means tan pi by 2, but tan pi by 2 is infinite, that one doesn't exist, so there is no necessity of evaluating these two values. इधर क्या हुआ कि f of a का वैल्यू एग्जिस्ट नहीं किया, so these three, ये जो 3 वैल्यूज है, ये 3 वैल्यूज में से कोई एक भी डिफाइन नहीं हो पाया, तो द फंक्शन इज नॉट डिफरेंशियल। सो ये तो एग्जिस्ट नहीं किया, as this is not defined, then the function f of x is not differentiable at x is equal to pi by 2.